Well, I have a very, very special guest in the studio at the moment. I am joined by Van Rockman, local artist. How are you doing? Thank you for joining me today.
Oh, it's a pleasure to be here, Danny. Thank you.
It's really nice to see you. Thank you so much for coming in. So you're here to talk to me about your charity single, Brand New.
Yes, it is, yeah.
We're getting a bit of an exclusive here on Black Country Radio, aren't we?
You are the first person to play Autumn Fields, and I was inspired to write it back in 1969.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's when I first had the idea. Well, something happened, and it was really weird. A builder friend of mine asked me to give him a helping hand to refurbish this cottage, and I think it was just outside a place called Tamworth in Arden, which is quite a lonely place. And when we got there, it was we had to walk across a couple of fields to get there.
Yeah.
And it was like walking into something, I'm not kidding, it's like Harry Potter.
Really?
Yeah, it was like something out of Charles Dickens. And anyway, it was there where we found, well I didn't, my mate who owned the building company, he found the most beautiful, romantic, sort of wartime love letter.
Wow.
Clearly from a young war bride who was expecting her first child. And the letter starts off, she's talking about cribs and cots and things, you know, and pushchairs. Now I'm there with a load of builders and, you know, bacon sandwich in this hand. Sledgehammer. They don't want to listen to about that. Then all of a sudden he said, hey, guys, let me read the tail end of the letter. And this is how it, this is what he read out, and it, the atmosphere in the house totally changed. It shook me to the ground. And she said, before you went off to war, you planted a beautiful rose bush outside the back door. Oh, if you could see how the summer rose has bloomed, if you could see the golden sunshine, kiss the morning dew, I know that someday soon, my love, that it will all come true. Yes, we'll walk on through the autumn fields again. Well, it was as if we could see the rose, and it was an autumn morning. Okay, you're going to get dew anywhere in England, and there was the dew, and there was these beautiful fields, and it was autumn time, and it was as if we could see what she could see as she was writing the letter off to her husband who was bravely fighting overseas somewhere, you know, and that's how I began to get the idea to write it back in 1969. That was.
Do you know, I'm actually quite speechless. I mean, there's a lot of musicians that come into the studio and I say, oh, so what was your idea behind the song that you wrote? And they go, oh, you know, just came to me in a dream. Yeah, but that's incredible. Honestly, you've really got me there. I'm actually welling up a little bit.
Oh, sorry, but well...
Don't apologise, it's lovely.
What happened next was even... It was like a voice from the past, and when he started reading it, these builders kept saying, did he die in action? Did he come home? And because the truth is, Danny, we just don't know. And that's the heart-wrenching thing about it, you know. I like to think to myself that he received the letter and he came home safely. And one of the builders there, he said that, oh yes, a part of the letter that my mate started reading out, he said, hang on a minute, lads, listen to this. And he said, no matter what conflict or what battle you're in, this is her writing the letter, I'm with you all the way, my friend, and I hope my letters ease the pain. And when the fighting's done and your day's through, I'm waiting oh so far away with open arms for you. And these builders were just welling up. I'm always thinking, what you do? You know, what? And the one builder said, you know something, every time I see the Queen or a member of the royal family putting down a wreath of poppies in London, he said, it doesn't mean much to me, and he said, the next time I see it on the TV on Remembrance Sunday, and it's coming soon, isn't it? Yeah. The one builder said, I'll think of that. That will remind me. And then what shook me was another builder said, with you know, when they start talking, I mean, blokes are match up, but the voices start wobbling a little bit. Yeah. And he said, you know something, it's blokes like him that gave up their yesterdays so we can have our todays. I thought, oh God. Well, anyway, that was 1969, and at the time didn't know much about war and that, because all the blokes I work with, they're all like Uncle Albert from Fools and Horses during the war, because I'm just walking up thinking, all I was interested in was talking about the Who, and the Stones and Pink Floyd, but these are the older blokes that you work with, they just want to talk about the war. Decades went by, and I told my girlfriend not so long ago, and she said, something, you should write a song about that. It's beautiful what you've just said. I said, do you think so? She said, yes. So she said, men and women went out and they did their bit. They're still doing their bit. You record this track, so you doing your bit. Sell it to the general public, so when they buy it, they do their bit, and when it comes in, send half the money to Help for Heroes and the other half of the money to the Poppy Appeal. And I recorded it, and I was choked when I had to stop a few times, because the memories, it keeps going in my mind. And then I thought, well, how can I sort of bring that back? But So-Called Studios, a guy called Ryan, he filmed it for me, Ryan Lowry.
Yeah.
And we got actors and actresses in, and we got an original World War II 7th Armoured Div, which was the tank brigade, and that they were actually in El Alamein, and I mentioned El Alamein in the song, so that's an original uniform. So
wow.
Yeah.
What happened to the letter that you found? What did happen?
Well, I didn't find the letter.
Yeah.
Actually, I didn't find it, and it had got a rip in it. But all these blokes were looking at it, and I was only there for the day, really.
Yeah.
But the record company, they said, we love it that much. Yeah, it's free. And they said, if you tell people to take, because the track is called Autumn Fields, because that's where we found it in the field. And I hope that he walked back through the field in the autumn to see his wife and his child. But the track is called Autumn Fields. Now the record company have said this: if you text the word autumn to 85888, it will cost you £1. And when that £1 comes in, 50% goes to Help for Heroes, and the other 50% goes to the Poppy Appeal, and that's for right now, 2016. And the song's called Autumn Fields by Van Rockman.
Well, I think we need to play that now. Honest, I really think we do. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'm just speechless.
Well, the pleasure's mine. You're the first DJ to play it, and the idea came way back in 1969. Thank you, Danny.
It's very beautiful. Thank you for talking to me. Here we go. This is Autumn Fields.
how the summer roses bloom. If you could see the golden sunshine, kiss the morning dew. I know that someday, soon, my love, that it will all come true, and we'll walk on through the autumn fields again. And we'll walk on through the autumn fields again. Yes, we'll walk on through the autumn fields again.
Just beautiful, absolutely beautiful. It's wonderful. Well done, congratulations. Of course, that was Van Rockman and Autumn Fields.
Thank you, Danny.
So beautiful, absolutely wonderful.
I will be playing that track at the end of the night because me and the boys, Van Rockman, were playing at the Flapper, and that's in Birmingham, and that's on October the 21st. There's a couple of bands on with us, and they're great. Swan Dive and Scooby's Moustache, and they're great bands, and they're on before us. And we've got quite a few people coming. But if you want to look at it, if you want to look at the Autumn Fields and our page, go to www.vanrockman.co.uk, and you can scroll down, and there's the Autumn Fields, and there's our gig guide. But we're only playing in the Midlands, so
brilliant. We obviously, of course, you're local as well, and if anyone would like to buy that right now on your phone, text Autumn to 85888. Half of it will go to the Poppy Appeal, and half of it will also go to Help for Heroes. It'll cost you £1. That's incredible. Honestly, I've got tears in my eyes. I did not expect this for a Thursday, but I think what you've done is such a beautiful thing. Congratulations.
Thank you, Danny.
Anytime at all. Wow. Well, thanks for joining me today. I'm so speechless. No one's ever done that to me. Well done. But thank you for giving me the exclusive as well. Is there anything else you'd like to mention as well? Obviously, people can find you, I'm sure, on Facebook as well.
Or, I don't know, someone's flashing a message to me.
Your producer's looking at you. What do we need to talk about, producer Ryan?
Gigs next year.
Yeah, of course, Europe.
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 I've been signed to Band Management Universal. They're in London, and they want to pump us in all across Scandinavia and Germany. But
wow.
Yeah, because the Germans like my kind of music, really. I wrote a track called Harley to the Party, and I wrote it, and that was 1972, I think. It went off to EMI, and they lost it. And we went up there, and we went, and 44 years later, I found a spare copy in my mum's attic as I was helping her move
It's the
out.
way it happens.
And she's my number one. She went, "Wow, can you put this on CD?" And I went up to the studio. I said, "Can you put it on CD?" And they went, "Who's this?" I said, "This is me." 44 years ago, and they said, "You know, we could send this in, and Universal will definitely give you a contract." And boom, it has. And last month it sold 9,600 copies in America alone.
Woohoo!
Yeah, I've never been to
incredible. Neither have I. Will you take me with you?
Yeah. I like to stay in the Midlands myself. I like to get home to have me steak and chips.
Oh, fabulous!
And pet the dog.
And pet the dog. I love it.
Yeah.
Well, Van Rockman, thank you very, very much, and I'm sure as well people will find you online, find out a little bit more about you, and come to some gigs as well.
Yes. So just text the word autumn to 85888.
Yeah.
It'll cost you £1. I don't get a penny of that. It goes off to the two charities. But if you put in Van Rockman, you can see all the tracks on Spotify, on Amazon, iTunes, and just pretty much everywhere, really, Danny.
Fabulous. Well, I'll be doing that straight after the show, I think. Well, thank you very much.
And thanks for playing Autumn Fields.
Anytime, and I think I'll have to play that again next week and just go and cry outside, have 5 minutes. That was beautiful. Honestly, thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you, Danny.
Van Rockman, everybody. You're listening to Black Country Radio. Thanks for joining me.